morning. This is maybe old Salt Gamer back on Vulcan. Still tweaking my cooling system. As it entered phase 2 on its own, it had 10 megapascals in here. The water is starting to drain out, and I also added a water cooling system over here, kind of the same setup with a large heat exchanger, and I'm gaining liquid for the first time. 10.3. Now this is still warm over here. It's going to take a little bit of time to cool off because it just dumped all the water out of here, and it's still moving it over slowly. I did put a one-way valve here to kind of keep the hot temperature from this water going into this tank until it cooled. Now I may add a water pump or something here to get rid of the extra liquid in here. It's only 1 liter, and I imagine that would drain out. I may remove this valve. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that and see what kind of effect it has. It's going to shoot the temperature up over there a little bit. It shouldn't be too bad. That was kind of an experiment. So now it's got free flow between that tank and the other one. So that temperature is dropping, and this one is probably going up. Yes. Which is okay. But see, the problem I have with it is it's putting water back in here, and I really kind of don't want the water in here. I don't mind steam being in here, but I'd like to move the water out. I'm thinking, let's pump it out. What kind of liquid pumps do we have? I don't need a turbo. Just a liquid volume pump, maybe. Alright, let's get one of those. Get the water out of there so that thing cools and goes back into phase 1, which... Uh-oh, I gotta eat something. Which I haven't had it do yet. I'm sure it will, with the program working and all, but... Oop. I really got to get to my greenhouse. I'm overloaded with fully grown stuff in there, but I've been trying to get this set. I guess I could just leave the liquid volume pump running. That's in the wrong spot. That's in the wrong spot. This is what happens when you jerk around and move too fast. Alright. So we'll just do volume pump, liquid volume pump. That'll work. Let's try that. It is going back towards the winter season on Vulcan, if there is such a thing. So I'm back to where my solid fuel generator has had to run a little bit to make up for the fact that the sun is setting behind that stinking mountain again. So where should I put this? How about right here? That's a good spot. Let's put that up here. Pop this pipe out. Put that up there. Bring this down. Wrong way. Why is the power always on the wrong side? Man, I hate that. Alright, let's find another spot for it. It should allow you to hook the power up on either side. I don't understand. How about here? This one will work. Alright, that's the right way. And then I could just do this with the cables. Turn this on to 1 liter. I don't need much. And That should suck all the water out of there and solve that issue. And there it goes. Perfect. That's going to make phase 3 start earlier, because now all it has to do is cool down the oxygen that's in here. And I don't know if it's going to get to it tonight, because I don't know when Don's coming, but yeah, I feel better with that liquid out of there. Okay, so now this cooling system is doing everything with the liquid. Put that out of here. And we're at 162, and I'm up to 20 liters. So that's all free liquid that I've gotten from my H2 combustor. And I still got 445 moles of steam in here. I did have 1 k-mole, so the steam to liquid ratio is not 1-to-1. I don't know what it would be, but is it warming up already? Yeah, it is. So this is going to shut down for the night here pretty soon. Now this may, depending on how much I have built up in here, yeah, this will probably get to 30. Nah, maybe not. It might take one more night for this. And then I'll take those 145 moles of oxygen in phase 3. Yeah, and pump it into here. So I'll reclaim the oxygen that squeezed through the H2 combustor during the process. It might get to 30. Got 6 liters of liquid in here. Probably not. Going down fast. I think I had it set for 30. We'll know if the turbo pump kicks on. 25 maybe? Oh, so close. Yep, that's all the cooling I'm going to get. I think I had it set for 25, if you can believe that. I think there is one change I thought about. This is scary because you think about these things in the middle of the night and you're like, oh, I didn't do that. This is going to holler at me. Let's turn it off first. Import. Edit. Did I turn the turbo pump back off? Save turbo on. Yes, I did. I must have thought of it, but what do I have this set for? 298. I think that's 25 Celsius. So I just fell a little bit short. Just a little short. Well, I'll turn it back on tomorrow when it does it. Something just came on. What came on? Why did that start again? Oh, I reset it. So I'm never going to get to phase 3 because I turned it, when I put it back in, it went to phase 1. Alright, well, that's okay. I'll get that oxygen the next time. So now my H2 combustor is working along with the filters, which I should check. Oh man, these filters last forever. And this is going to pressurize to 10 megapascals again, which only took a night or two. I wonder why there's H2O in there. 157, 21. Okay, so I'll pause this, and I'm a little disappointed I reset this and lost phase 3. But that's okay. I still have the 151 moles of oxygen in there, which will cycle through the next time it goes to phase 3. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly how phase change works, but as this is condensing, almost is acting like it's making a little bit of heat, because it is condensing and turning into liquid. I'm up to 23, and I know liquid takes forever to cool off, but this temperature is just crawling down. I got 9 kilojoules of cooling going on, and the temperature in here is 114 through the extra large heat exchanger. This is how I'm doing this, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned it last time. I put I guess it's a large heat exchanger, and I'm running the cooling gas. I had to put this on here because I was getting some, at this temperature, I started getting, the pollutants started liquefying. So I saw that, and I was like, I ran inside, got one of these, put it on there, problem solved. Liquid drain, passive liquid drain. I got a little bit in here. There's no stress in there. Oh, that's the world. Why would I have liquid pollutant in the world? I guess it's because I'm cooling the temperature so much over here. That's interesting. It's going down slowly. So this may take a while to cool the water off in here. And I imagine, and I did turn this off. I have to add this to my program if I have enough pins. I turned this back off because I do get some water in here. Right there, a very small amount. And it was sucking that 700 degree water, even though it's a tiny little bit. It kept pulling it into here, and I'm like, maybe that's keeping it warm. 120 or 259, 258. So it is condensing really slow. I think once if ever it hits 100 Celsius or 99, this process should speed up a lot. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's still boiling at 126. And I could be mistaken. I'm a dumb American. I don't know centigrade. I know 212 degrees is where water boils. It's a shame they didn't incorporate that into our schools. They tried in the 70s, and quite frankly, people had a cow. They were like, I don't want my kid learning metric. We're like, okay. Anyway, liquid at pressure. Use Celsius. Thank you. Turns to liquid. See, now I'm really totally confused. Because I am at a little bit of pressure. But at 100. So I guess it doesn't matter what the pressure is. So that's what's going on. What's the pressure in the tank? Not much. 127 kilopascals. So at 127, you can never hit this exactly. Well, anyway, at 129, 123. So we are at the cutoff or the boiling point at that temperature. So that's probably staying the same as the temperature goes down. It's sliding down this scale, and is the pressure going down with the temperature? 122. Yeah, so that's why it's a slow process, because as the temperature's going down, the pressure's going down a little bit with it. So this is going to be a really slow process. It's interesting how they set this up. I don't know exactly how realistic it is, but so this thing's going to have to work extra hard. And this one's not happy with me. It never is. Oh, it's this one. It's this one over here that's not happy with me now. Well, that makes sense since the temperature. Well, it's only 4.9. Stop you whining. 102, so this is, it's cooling it. But see, like I said, as the temperature goes down, the pressure goes down with it. It makes it even harder to turn everything into a liquid. I'm up to 25. I don't know what I'll be at the end of this. But there you go, it is working. I did find one problem. I didn't have the data for this hooked up. And when I restarted this and it said turn off the turbo pump, it turned off this purge pump. And I was like, oh. And I hit it on and it turned it right back off. So I said, well, that's this program. I had the wrong, I called this the turbo purge turbo. And instead of that, I connected it to the purge valve. And I went over there and said, oh, and this wasn't connected. So I had to put that over there and connect the wire there, but now we should be good. That's why I kind of wanted to watch and make sure when it went to phase 3, temperature's going up, that everything worked okay. But I think I got it now. I'll be back. I don't know how interested everybody is in this, but I find it kind of interesting. It only got up to 3 megapascals overnight there, so, but this will keep working during the day. And it'll actually go up faster because even with this little bit of cooling that's going on in here, it keeps the pressure down. So this will go up a lot faster during the day. And 110 at 100 kPa, 99 kPa. So this is evaporating now. And so it's cooling down pretty quick. I'm almost out of liquid. Uh-oh. It's okay, I put this one right here for that reason.
Hydration critical.
Oh, for God's sakes. So 107. I'm down to 179 moles of steam that's been condensing. Oh. Let me pause it. I'll come back when this is all done, if it ever gets all done, and I'll let you know how it works. Okay, so I have another day of cooling, and the way it looks, about 50 moles of steam equals about 0.8 liters. So I'm up to 27.2, so at that rate, I should have around 29 liters of water out of that batch. So, that's not bad. And overnight this went up to 8.49. So this should go into phase 2 by the end of today, most likely. I'm not sure though. A bit close. But, you know, 27 right now, I still got to cool it down. But after I cool it down, I'm going to have to hook up a pump, I guess. I had a pipe out here. They have to run a pipe out here. Put a storage tank inside here again. I thought I had a liquid pipe in here somewhere. I've been in my suit a long time, as you can see there, but it's starting to stink. So I thought, well, I'll just run it out here or something. I could get rid of some of those too. Well, not now, but how much do I have in here? Oof, man, there's only 6 liters in there. Yeah, I still have a lot of water. Well, water's not a problem. I just want to make sure it wasn't a problem in the future here. But now that I'm making it, so that was 20, so what did I say, around 27 liters? 28 liters. I should have around 28 liters from 4 days of work and about a half a megapascal of oxygen. But I'm also breathing that oxygen, so now eventually I hope once I get my greenhouse up and running I can pump that excess oxygen into here and then create a complete loop where I make my own oxygen, which makes my own water. We'll see how that goes, but that's my ultimate goal. And I'm up to 9 megapascals here. It goes up slow. Alright, I'll be back. I got a more accurate measurement here. So 60 moles of steam is 1 liter of liquid. So I should end up with almost 29 liters of water out of this. And this should just about be. It's taking a little while to go out there. But it should reach 10 pretty quick here. This is really filling up with a lot of liquid. I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. Pressure's fine, but I don't know what happens when it reaches its 100-liter capacity. It hasn't gotten close yet, but it is really climbing. And that's because this is full. I wonder if I add more pipes here, if the capacity goes up. Probably would. I could always put a liquid tank in here. That would take care of it. It's a lot of liquid. It's going to, once this stops pulling in air, this is really going to cool down. It's about equalized now, 68, 63. I'm curious how long it'll take to cool this down to 30. It's going down pretty steady, but I was thinking maybe I could pressurize the pipe, but that doesn't seem to work. I think 100 is the boiling point at 1 atmosphere. But so if I pressurize the pipe, that's not going to matter. Because at 30, I'm still going to have, or 25, I'm still going to have some steam in there. Because I'm going to have 13, I don't know how much, 25, 13.3 kilopascals of pressure worth of steam in here, which doesn't seem logical, but okay, that's how it is. 53. I'm going to have to put a tank on here. I've only got 5 or 72 moles of gas left in here. Yeah, I'll put one of them tanks on here after this one. It should be getting close to dawn now. Hard to tell anymore, the sun's so far away. Yeah, I'm going to have to put some kind of tank on there. And I wonder if I put another pipe on here, does that increase the total capacity? So I wonder what happens if I do that. There we go. So I can do that. I could just add a couple pipes or put a tank on there and we'll be fine. With this bringing in this much warm gas at 133, this isn't going to cool much until it stops pulling in this gas. But once it shuts off, just like all the other things, this should really start to plummet the temperature, although not as much with liquid as it does with gas. Just about there. Just about there. So this should automatically shut off here pretty quick. Okay, you can stop pulling in liquid now. Almost 70. There it goes. So that is all shut off. So now this is just cooling it. And it's going to take a few days. I hardly have any liquid in there because it's so hot. And this didn't quite shut off yet. Yeah, I think I'm going to definitely add a tank on here. Give it a little bit more expansion room. There, it just shut off, so it should start going down now. Going down now. Come on. There we go. So as that happens, this temperature will now start to drop pretty quick. Okay, so it took quite a while, but I finally got this down to around 30, which is okay with me. I've just turned this off. I don't think I'm going to have to run this cooling system anymore. I'm going to leave it here. But if I get this to 30, I'll be happy, or anywhere close to it. So I think I'm going to be fine there. So now when I inject this temperature in here, which is still a little warm, this is taking longer to do because I'm leaving the water in here. I got 13 liters of water in there from that run that I did. And I've also noticed that when you get too much liquid in the pipe in here, it actually defeats the purpose. It starts to warm up a little bit, so I'm going to have to play with that a little bit too. I turned these to where they turn on later. That brought this temperature down a couple degrees, which helped overall, but once this stops bringing in liquid, this temperature will really plummet. And that's what I mean when you're adding all that liquid. It's hot liquid, and it takes it a while. Let's just down to 23. So, and the water's, yeah, I'm going to be at 30. So this is going to be good after this one. I'll just let this liquid completely evaporate out of there, and go from there. And I may be able to, if it stops bringing in liquid, I might just turn this off here pretty soon. See, the temperature of the liquid it's bringing in is 133. So it's fighting to cool that down at the same time it's fighting to cool this down. Now when this evaporates, it recovers plus some. But it still might need to tweak it so that, say when there's 20 gallons in here, or maybe 10 gallons or 5 gallons in here, then shut everything off and let it evaporate. It'll probably cool things down faster that way. I'll have to see, 22, wow. Yep, I'm under 30, so I'm good here. And see now, because of the pressure, I still have 36 moles of steam in here. Now that doesn't make a whole ton of sense to me, but that's the way they have the game designed. So that's empty. This has still got 10 left. 22. I mean, anything around 25 over here is good, so I'll probably let this go, let this pump in. It's not coming down at all because it's just filling up with hot water, or hot pollutant liquid. Let's see what happens. I may have to program this to turn off and on based on the pressure or the amount of liquid in here. The liquid's starting to go down, and the latent cooling is going up, which means this temperature should be starting to go down. Now this will go down slower because, again, I'm doing water over here, so I'm wondering if I can get this to 30, so I can put that 30-degree water in there, and then maybe pump everything into a tank inside. You see how the temperature of the liquid's going down because it's evaporating in there, and that's in turn is going to pull this temperature down because it's not trying to cool this water so much. So it's all out of there now. This should really start to plummet here now. Hey, look at that. I don't know if it'll get down to 30, but it might. 15 kilojoules. Woo. It just might. Oh, it's starting to come up a little bit, so it's not going to get to 30. I could turn this back on now. Now to put a little bit more liquid in there. I'm wondering if these nights are really long, by the way. The nights on Vulcan are real long in the winter time. And I'm going through cold like crazy because I'm not getting any solar power right now for that stupid mountain. This is still going down because the temperature in here isn't that bad. Now it's going up. No, it is going down. I'm sorry. 42, 45. So it does look like I should have the input shut off when this is full, because then we start to lose ground. And that would go for all of them. So that's more programming I have to do to make these a little bit more efficient. Is this completely done? Nope. Yeah, that temperature's perfect. This is getting closer. Oh, it's going up. Why is it going up? Why is it going up? Because that's going up. Well, I would say fill this up again and turn it off and see what happens, but I lose ground every time I do that. It's not easy cooling things on Vulcan, that's for sure. There, it's starting to go down again. Come on. A little bit. I lost a lot of ground. Okay, so that just shut off. So it must be Going up in temperature is 130. So now this should start going down again, and I'm curious as if I'm going to be any closer to 30 than I was if I left it on. It'll go down faster after this is gone. Here we go. No. It's tricky. I don't know how the best way to do this. This one seems to be less affected by that than that one over there. It's at 30. If we can cool this down to 30, I might just have to leave that one on. Yeah, see, I'm out of water. And it's only around 35. It's starting to warm up again. Yep. So I guess I just got to leave this one on. Let it fill with that water. The pollutant liquid, I should say. And this one's just about done completely. And I can 25 right on the money. And I ended up with 28.3 liters of water, and I still have 33 moles of steam, so that's not much. That's about a half a liter maybe. Not even a half a liter. Okay, it's a little bit later after I paused it the last time. This whole system has been working really well. This is in the, oops, that's from my greenhouse, sorry about that. It's cooling down its, I think, third or fourth batch. So it's been going through all of its phases, doing its job. I actually pumped about 35 liters of water into my base. I have turned this one off because now that this is up and running over here completely, this cools it down to the necessary temperature. It's got a long way to go for this batch, but I may shut everything down out here after this because I proved the concept. I can make water by buying a little bit of oxygen. I still got 1.12 megapascals in there, and that's a lot of moles. 2.74 thousand of oxygen, so it's quite a bit of oxygen in that tank. But this is all working really well. I got a lot of water. I got more than 400 liters of water. So I may shut that down at this point until I need it after this next batch. And I take this off. Now I'm gearing up my food production, as this pipe is really groaning at me. I ran a little low on air in here, so I injected another batch of CO2 in here, and it's in the process of cooling it down, so it's groaning at me. Kind of annoying, but you have to put up with it. And I did have a problem in my greenhouse, and I'm glad I saved a bunch of seeds. It wasn't a big deal, but I'm not sure exactly what happened, to be honest with you. I don't know when winter comes if the solar angle changes, but I was getting dark. Well, basically my greenhouse lights were staying on too long, and I didn't change anything, so I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to monitor that. And if you did notice, I did rip the doors out. It just became too much of a hassle to wear my suit in here, because also, and it's happened in my last episode, I think it was Mars. If you wear your hard suit in here and you walk into a Harvey, it damages it. It doesn't happen all the time, but every once in a while you'll walk into a Harvey and it'll damage your suit. And I can't deal with that. So I'm just letting these grow for oxygen, to be honest with you, with this route. And I got my one potato, my emergency potato plant, just in case. They grow in anything. But I'm looking forward, it shut off, so let me check my light. I gotta get that other advanced tablet so I don't have to keep doing this. 96%. Everything looks good. See, they frown, which means that they're getting too much light, or dark, getting close to dark deficient, so as soon as the light shuts off, they all turn back on, so I think I'm okay. These were growing moderately. They switched to thriving, so that's a good thing. I'm going to wait till I get my seed with those. I have all the Harveys wired up now. I don't have them programmed. That's my next step. I'm going to use Cowser Evil's Harvey program. But I want to shoot them all up. That sounded weird. Put shoots on all of them. Shoot them all up. And put it into this area where I'll have my another refrigerator. Maybe I'll move that one over here. I'm not sure. But I'm going to put my oven and a couple other things in here and move this out of the way. Oh, it got quiet. Why did it get quiet? That makes me nervous. It's like when your kids are playing in the living room and they get quiet all of a sudden. Oh, storm. At least I'm inside. Not sure why it got quiet. That's weird. Interesting. It's just a pressure thing. Still working. Poof, spiked to 3,300. Power production with the wind. 27K. So that ought to be climbing. There it goes again. Okay. Not sure why it took that little brief respite there. I guess that's pretty much it for at the moment. The next one will be my greenhouse up and running. I don't know how my oxygen is in here. 83%, so I got plenty of oxygen. I could probably start pumping some of that back into the tank because of my production. I'll have to monitor that. 83.9. Little low air pressure. 39% CO2, so we're all good. I got one more row. I want to plant some more soybeans once they go to seed. I got a few pumpkins in here. You can barely see them. That's pretty much it. The corn's growing. Everything's happy. I just got to keep an eye on. I lost all my cocoa plants. That was kind of disappointing. They're fact. Now that I know it's all working okay. Because they take forever to grow. I think I can plant the cocoa seeds. I'm pretty sure I can. And I want them to go, since they're perennials, I want them to go in the Harvey so I don't have to worry about reseeding these. There we go, we got a whole row of cocoa. What else do I have in here that I can plant that I've lost? Nothing really. I'm not sure if I'm going to plant sage grass at the moment, or the, what do they call that grass? Because I don't know if I'm going to need it. Okay, I guess that'll pretty much be it for this episode. Everything outside is working really well. Everything inside is working really well. I'll have to figure where I'm going to go next with this space, because it's, I want to be completely efficient, and after I make my food and get my food happiness up, and start selling things, I don't know if I'm going to need any more oxygen. I might not have to purchase anything anymore. Because like I said, I got 169, 214. You know, I got plenty of water. There's some back in here. There's probably another 100 back here. 51 plus all these. So if I get 2 liters in every one of those, I got a lot of water from that system outside. Worked real well. Okay. This is Navy Old Salt Gamer. Subscribe and like. Got the system outside here automated, working so well, I think I can shut it down. I'm going to walk out in the storm. It should be over pretty soon, although they seem to last forever here. It is winter, so to speak, so I've been going through some cold. Not just working out here. Cooling it down. That's not going to be working now, though. Not during a storm, because it never gets, it's always around 200, 300 Celsius in storms, so nothing works for cooling. But, oh, I can't move. Oof. There we go. I think I'm also going to make a clock. I have to program a clock using the sleep method. I want to set all these lights up on a clock. I don't trust solar angle. On Vulcan, it doesn't seem to work real well. I think it might change during winter. I could be wrong, but these were all thriving. And then I did a bunch of work outside and came back and they were all growing poorly. So I'm not sure exactly what happened. And it was all dark deficient. They're all thriving now. Oh, no, this is back to moderate. One plant, moderate. One plant, thriving. That makes a lot of sense. They're all under the same stuff. They both have a 27% aluminum. Nope, this one's 24. So they're all different. I don't know. That's the temperature. It's 29 in here. I did turn these up to 29, so they're running a little less because I need around 29 C to keep these thriving, because they actually want 30. Now this one says minimum. It's actually a little warm in it. No, it's not 30 in here. I have 29. Okay, well, my suit says 29. This says 30. So you figure that out. It must be rounded off. 29.7. Yeah, it's probably rounding it. They are thriving still, so. Okay. This is Navy Old Salt Gamer. I'll be back. Maybe not tomorrow. I got some Memorial Day things going on. So you might have to wait 2 days for me to update you. You have a good day.